Could you imagine the dirtiest trick a dart player could pull to get the win? I'm talking about below the belt, off the charts shady. So bad that they got cancelled, suspended, and forever hurt by these scandals. These are the biggest and craziest scandals in the history of darts competition. Number 1. Justin Pipe coughing his pipe sound. Let's start with one of the most bizarre ways someone could be on the wrong side of fans. Coughing. This incident was so infamous that it was called the Coughgate scandal. Justin Pipe felt his pipes were due for clearing during the World Darts Championship in 2017. During the first round match against Kiwi qualifier Bernie Smith, Justin Pipe leaned towards his opponent and coughed directly at him when Smith was trying to throw a match-winning dart. The question remains whether this act was intentional, but Smith missed the double 10, and Coughing Pipe went on to win and moved into the second round, where he faced Phil the Power Taylor. Sky Sports commentator Wayne Mardle was irritated about the whole ordeal, saying the behaviour was absolutely despicable for a professional darts player, and that the DRA, the Darts Regulatory Authority, should do something about it. The DRA granted Mardle's wish and in January 2018 disciplined Pipe. First, he was fined £3,000, followed by a stern warning that coughing, with the intent of putting his opponent off and bringing the sport into disrepute, wouldn't be tolerated. Until the verdict was given, Pipe was prohibited from speaking about the matter. Once the DRA had handed down their ruling, the former top 10 player gave his account in an interview. He said he was flabbergasted and shocked by how everything was blown out of proportion. No thanks to Sky Sports. He also mentioned that both the referee, Paul Hinks, and his opponent didn't hear a noise or make any complaints. Regardless, Pipe was subjected to a lot of boos from the fans during his next match, when he faced Taylor. Speaking of Phil Taylor, he experienced his fair share of cheating controversy too. Number 2. The power in the mud. Taylor isn't just any dart player though. Accusing a 16-time world champion and arguably the greatest darts player of all time of cheating would undoubtedly create an enormous scandal, the likes of which the sport had never seen. But his opponent Dean Winstanley didn't care and would go on to voice his dissatisfaction with what transpired. The scene of this scandal was in the 2013 Darts World Matchplay quarter-final, when Taylor appeared to have hit a game-winning double 12. However, thanks to the television cameras zooming in, a closer look at the mark showed it was outside the wire. The referee, Russ Bray, wasn't vigilant enough to spot this. Had he been on the ball, Winstanley would have had a slim chance of winning the game. The controversy deepened when Taylor walked up to the board to retrieve his darts, appearing to pause and check the board before finally collecting them. Although the referee and Winstanley weren't aware of what happened, the public knew, and there was a thunderous backlash against the all-time great, condemning him as a cheat. What was more shocking was when a legend in the sport, Eric Bristow, who was also Phil Taylor's former mentor, seemingly threw him under the bus, saying, "The player knows if it's not in and has to declare it. You don't want cheats." PDC released a statement, concluding that since both the referee and Taylor's opponent failed to notice or raise concern about the incident during the game, they would not pursue it. In an effort to silence the haters, Taylor asked for the match to be replayed, but this was against the rules, so the suggestion was dismissed. For Dean Winstanley, he told the PDC that he would prefer to move on and focus on his next matches. Although he went on to win the finals and leave with a tidy £20,000 in his pocket, Taylor stated in his autobiography, Staying Power, that he saw the mistake as nothing more than a human error, that he came from a humble beginning and that he wouldn't do such a thing. Unlike this next player, who kicked up a real stink, blaming his loss on his opponent's farts. Number 3. Gary Anderson's farting spree. In a 2018 Grand Slam match, playing for a spot in the quarter-finals, Scotland's Gary Anderson went against Wesley Harms of the Netherlands. Using his experience and championship mentality, the former two-time world champion Anderson won convincingly with a 10-2 scorecard. But his opponent Harms had something to say about how Anderson won. He didn't voice it to the referee, and he didn't make any accusations during the match. It wasn't until the post-match interview that he let his displeasure with his opponent's tactics be known. Harms shamelessly blamed his bad form on Anderson's incessant farts throughout the match. He went as far as calling it a fragrant smell and insisted it would take his nose 2 nights to let go of the stench. Anderson completely refuted this claim, swearing on the lives of his children that he'd done no such thing. Although he admitted that he had had a bad stomach and had farted during a match in the past, this time it wasn't him. When asked about the incident following the weekend, PDC chairman Barry Hearn joked, saying the team would get to the bottom of it. Who knows, maybe they were accusing the wrong person. Could it have been the referee? We'll never know. One thing we can all agree on, though, is that throwing a match deliberately is an all-time low act. Number 4. Match fixing at its best. In 2018, several players' greed got the better of them as a number of match-fixing controversies were brought to light. The Darts Regulation Authority discovered that Gilbert Ulang intentionally lost to Kevin Sim in the 2017 PDC World Darts Championship. For this, Ulang was slammed with a 7-year suspension. However, this lengthy ban didn't stop Kyle McKinstry, Vessel Nyman, and David Evans from participating in match-fixing during their matches. McKinstry, who played against both players, admitted to throwing the match against Evans, but denied the offence against Nyman. Nyman, however, pled guilty to the charge in his match against McKinstry. The DRA suspended Evans for 2.5 years, while Nyman received a 5-year ban and the ringleader, McKinstry, got 8. In 2023, another 3 musketeers were caught fixing matches at the Modus Super Series. One of them, an Indian dart player, Prakash Jiwa, lost his qualification for the 2024 PDC World Darts Championship due to the subsequent suspension. In 2024, Jack Main's 4-0 victory over Lisa Ashton the previous year was flagged for match fixing. He was later suspended until December 31, 2025, and was ordered to pay £762 in legal fees. Number 5. Can't explain? Call it cheating. Luke Littler was forced to replicate his online success in physical competition after widespread accusations of cheating during the COVID era, due to the apparent ease with which he won online competitions. Despite only being 17 years old, Littler had played darts since childhood, so in many circles, he was tipped as the next big thing. No one thought his rise to the top would be this meteoric, though. Prior to lockdown, he first won the England Youth Grand Prix and the Isle of Man Masters Youth Competition in 2019. During the lockdown period, he dominated his competitors in the online domain, so much so that a torrent of impulsive cheating accusations were levelled at the young up-and-comer. But every doubter was left wiping the proverbial egg from their faces as he won his first senior title immediately following the lockdowns, at the Irish Open in 2021. And there you have it, the biggest cheating scandals in darts history. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more outrageous moments in darts.